It's time for the Cummins Real Estate Group show with the one and only Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Good morning, Michele.
Good morning, Curtis, and good morning, everyone. It is a great morning. It's fantastic for the farmers. I'm so happy for all the cornfields and everything getting just a little bit of moisture this weekend.
We needed a little bit of a break in the temperatures and a little rain, and we probably could use a little more rain, but we'll take what we got.
So excited about next week, though, because I am having so much fun riding my new bike. I am so loving it, and I'm so excited for good weather for it. Can't wait to get out again.
Absolutely. I know I saw a couple videos of you on social media there out riding your bike, and I'm like, that looks like fun.
Oh, my gosh. It's so much more funner than I thought it would ever be. I mean, I've wanted to ride a bike for probably a long time, pretty much my whole life. And so this is so cool. I just love it. And actually, the company I bought it from advertises on our station here.
Oh, so, very nice.
Yes, good company in Chilliwack. Brian, the manager, and Natasha helped out. And actually, Christine Allen from my office also got a bike from them. And so we got our licenses together, and I'm going to be showing up at listing appointments and buyer showings on my bike.
Very nice. And I can't help but notice, you being a Star Trek fan, you bought a Vulcan motorcycle.
Yes, you're the first person who's put the two and two together. Thank you.
Live long and prosper.
Always.
I was doing the symbol for you, but it's radio, so you can't see it.
I felt it, though. I felt the force of it. Wait, that's Star Wars.
Now we're getting backwards here. Yeah. No, I can actually. Can you do the Vulcan salute on both hands?
No, not on both hands.
Oh, I can do it on both.
Enough on one.
I can do it on both.
That is impressive. See, you have many talents.
That's a pretty useless talent, and I'm even more of a Star Trek fan than Star Wars, but I like Star Trek too. So
that's why the Force came out in me, because that is, I know, your cup of tea.
Yes, it's funny because often you're either one or the other. I do like both, but I lean towards Star Wars.
I do like both too. I love both. I love both.
Right. Well, there we go. But I do like that you got a Vulcan. I mean, if there was a motorcycle called the Millennium Falcon, I would probably have one.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Now somebody's got to actually make that so that you can get that for your birthday. So talking about entertainment and shows, the movie that was filmed at my property is actually airing today at 6 p.m. on the Hallmark Channel. And I'm so excited to watch it. It's called The 27-Hour Day. And, yes, it's a romantic film and great actors in it. And it's the scenery is absolutely gorgeous, I must say. But it's a Montana retreat. So they use Mount Cheam as like the great, amazing mountains in Montana. Oh, my gosh, it's going to be great.
Okay, so that's good. So there's not just what's going on in Yellowstone on Montana. There's actual love stories and stuff, too, just not all the bad stuff.
Exactly. There's some good stuff in there. Okay, I was going to ask you a question, Curtis, because do you know what my favorite country real estate song is?
Your favorite country real estate song? I really don't know. No.
Name that tune? No?
No.
Okay. Dirt by Florida Georgia Line.
Ah, of course. That makes sense. I should have thought about that. That's good. All right. Yeah. Okay. Good. I thought it was going to be like Dolly Parton, Here You Come Again or something, because you like repeat customers, but I don't know.
That's good. That's my second favorite now. You can't go wrong with Dolly.
No, you can't.
So before we go into our second segment, is going to be all about the stats, because we have July statistics out and some great information. But this first segment, a few little reports to mention. I did not know this until recently. I don't know if you knew it, Curtis, but Canada's current home price expansion is the longest in the G7, which, yeah, it's pretty crazy how amazing it actually is. So, I mean, the next one is Germany. The Germany is the closest one, but Germany's currently at 12.5 years, but Canada hasn't actually it's been going on for over 24 years.
Wow.
Not quite 25 yet, but yeah, it's more than double the next one.
Huh.
And the G7, of course, is Canada, Germany, U.S., UK, Japan, France, and then Italy. So I just named them off in the order of their longest price expansions. But Canada's been the longest, so I thought that was quite interesting information.
Absolutely.
And then Canadians are finding ways around how high housing prices. So going hand in hand with that, so many different solutions I've been seeing happening. And an actual report came out on the Financial Post, and I wanted to mention it because their post headlines are they workable solutions? But I've been seeing real life that they have been workable solutions, and so some of the things, and actually RE/MAX, my brokerage, had a survey, and they have some findings in the survey. So the survey portion of RE/MAX's 2021 Housing Affordability Report, based on a poll of over 1,500 Canadians, found home buyers face a growing number of challenges affording housing on their own. So they've created different ways of making that happen. So 41% of the survey participants who cannot afford home ownership themselves share several traits. So 60% are age 18 to 34, placing them in what the traditionally been a lower earning demographic. 48% of them live in urban areas where rents tend to be higher and can erode savings, and 70% of them earn less than $40,000 a year. So, of course, it can be pretty tough. But creative solutions to achieve affordable home ownership will only take us, so far to build in the gap. But there's been, of course, getting the place where you can rent out part of your primary residence. Of course, that's been a popular one. Probably maybe even like more than 80% of buyers, it seems, are using that. That's why those with suites and those with carriage houses and those with secondary living opportunities have been selling for so crazy of pricing because they've been so popular, but also purchasing with friends or family. That's been a popular solution. A lot have bought with family. So many have done that, like what's called like blended family. And then there's been other people who've actually bought with people that like kind of like roommates, but they say, hey, why don't we all buy together? I don't know if you've seen this movie. There's a movie out, and I've never watched it. I've seen the advertising or the trailer for it. I don't even know what the name of it, but I guess they're at a wedding and they're like, oh, look at, they're all happy and they can afford real estate. And then all of them at the table, and I think actually they're kind of strangers, but they all say, yeah, why don't we buy something all together, pool our funds together and buy it together. And they end up buying a property together. It's just a movie, but I have seen a couple groups talk about this. A lot of single women pooling that's one group I've seen do that before, but pooling your money together with friends or possibly strangers to purchase a property together. So that's been also a third one, which is an interesting one.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
And then the last little information that I wanted to mention before we go on our little break for our segment about stats coming up is that a lot of people have been out of work or have lost their jobs in the last year or have purposely changed their jobs, as well as have actually found the time off that they are okay with retirement. I have a client that I just saw yesterday, and she was just like, actually, the time that I've had off made me realize I don't have to be scared about retiring. I actually love it and like it, and I'm going to be okay with it. So she's going to retire early now, even though she has her job back. She's going to retire early because of that experience. So there's a lot of changes, but one of the biggest employments that have happened recently, no surprise, and is related to real estate, is home builders They have actually hired over 8,300 employees recently. I mean, there's a lot of jobs for construction jobs. Anything that has to do with real estate, of course, is in high demand. So grab your tool belt, your measuring tape, your leveler, your hammer, your hard hat, your steel-toed boots, and get out there and get that job if you want a job.
Yeah, absolutely. That is just not slowed down at all.
No, it hasn't. It's just increased, and it's only going to continue to increase. It's a still crazy seller's market, which we will find out in our second portion of our show. And before we go on break, I have some just bit of fun information here.
All right.
Do you remember an actress, blonde? Actually, it was a great show back. They ran on the beach. Her name is
Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson.
You said running on a beach, and I know my mind went right to slow motion running on the beach, Pamela Anderson. I don't know why.
Okay, my next thing was going to say wearing red, lifeguard. Okay, boom, you got it.
Yeah, no, you know what? Come on. I mean, I know what you're talking about. Of course I watched Baywatch, and Pamela Anderson was one of the reasons I watched Baywatch.
And the Hasselhoff, the Hoff.
Was he on there?
Tall.
Oh, right. So I kind of remember him. I was more about Pamela Anderson and like Yasmin Bleeth and a couple of the others. Carmen Electra.
Oh, yes, that's right. She was on there.
I remember the ladies.
Of course.
But do you remember a very young Jason Momoa was on there?
Yeah. You know what? I never really watched that show, but you're right.
Yeah, he had short hair and didn't have any tattoos, I don't think, and was quite young when he was on there.
To be young again. So you know who I'm talking about. Well, earlier in this year, she's Canadian.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think everyone knows that, should know that. But she and her bodyguard turned husband moved back to Canada, supposedly permanently. She was born on Vancouver Island, and so she is there. They are actually renovating and currently living in a 6-acre farm that had belonged to her grandmother.
Oh, wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. I would love to see their architectural, what they're actually doing. I hope they're part of a magazine spread or video or something, so we can get inside and see what they've done to the place when they're done with it.
Well, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but it's been a while since we've seen her do much acting. Maybe there's a reality show in the future here.
Oh, that would be a good idea.
Little HGTV show, yeah.
Too bad. Maybe I wonder if they're. I haven't heard anything about that, but that would be great if they did that while they're renovating. Absolutely. Huh.
Well, it's good to have her back in Canada. She's, I think, somewhere around Comox or Courtenay or somewhere, I think, is where she was born and grew up, I think.
Oh, that's John Sheehan, realtor and friend from the Remax there, works and lives out of that area. So he must be maybe her neighbor. I'm going to have to ask him about that.
There we go. All right, well, we should probably take a break now. If people want more information about you as a realtor, where can they go?
MichelleCummins.ca.
And we're back with more right after this. Segment number 2 of the Cummins Real Estate Group show with local realtor, rockstar realtor,
Michele. Don't forget that part.
Yeah, Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. All right, I know it's a stat show. This is where I just kind of stand back now and you just talk for 11 minutes.
11 minutes countdown is on.
Well, no, I always like hearing the stats too, because I like to hear, where things have, gone up and gone down, or there's rarely things going down, but I like to hear the stats too.
Well, you just pipe in whenever you feel like it, Mr. Pope.
All right. I like that.
So on August 4th, the news release was out from the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board. So the Fraser Valley home sales remained steady in July. Lowest supply in 40 years. That's the headline. Let me say that again. Lowest supply in 40 years. Crazy. Market activity in the Fraser Valley, both sales and new listings softened in July. However, buyers continued to significantly outnumber sellers, resulting in inventory reaching the lowest for the month since 1981. The board processed, as far as sales through the MLS system in July, a decrease of 11% compared to June and a 4.5% decrease compared to the same month last year. Sales continue to remain above normal for July, but 15% above the 10-year average. So that is what's been happening as far as sales. And Larry Anderson, the president of our real estate board, he says demand for homes in our region, however, remains above average. For 14 months, we have been in a seller's market for the Fraser Valley detached homes, townhouses, and condos. And yet for the last 4 months, new listings in our region have been decreasing. In July, the board received, for new listings, a decrease of 31.5% compared to last year and a decrease of 22% compared to June of 2021. Across Fraser Valley in July, the average number of days to sell a single-family detached home was 26 days, and a townhome was 15 days. Condos took on average 24 days to sell. Now, for the benchmark price activity for overall the Fraser Valley, the single-family detached are at $1,319,200. And that is a decrease of 0.4%, so not too bad compared to last June, and an increase of 30.9%. Oh, sorry, that was June, the month before. So again, down 0.4% compared to just the month before, but an increase of 30.9% from last year. And townhouses benchmark price at $688,400, and that is actually an increase of 1.5% compared to last month, and an increase of 22.3% compared to July of last year. And condos overall, $494,000, and that benchmark price is an increase of 0.1% from the month before, and an increase of 13% compared to last year. So that's overall, but let's go municipality by municipality, starting with our wonderful Abbotsford, and that is single detached homes benchmark prices are at $1,136,100. That is an increase from last year of 36.6% and a small decrease from the month before of 0.4%. Townhouses in Abbotsford are at $587,300. That's an increase of 26.9% from last year and an increase of 2% from the month before. And condos in Abbotsford are at $383,800. That's the benchmark price, up 19.1% from last year and up 1.5% from last month. And for Mission, benchmark price of detached homes are at $929,600, and that's an increase of 35.1% from last year and an increase of 0.4% from the month before. Townhouses are at $596,300, an increase of 31.2% from last year and an increase of 3.3% from last month. Condos are at $425,000, and that's an increase of 20.4% from last year and an increase of 3.4% from last month. And then White Rock. Okay, White Rock detached properties benchmark prices are at $1,689,700. That's an increase of 23.3% from last year. It had the lowest decrease from the month before, though, which was a minus 2.4% from June. So of all the municipalities of the Fraser Valley, that one went down the most month over month. And townhouses for White Rock are at $809,000, $700 actually, and that's up 22.7% from last year. And it's right straight across the board, didn't increase, didn't decrease from the month before. Condos in White Rock, $559,300, and that's up 15.1% from last year and down 1.4% from the month before. Langley benchmark price for detached homes are at $1,377,000. That's an increase of 29.7% from last year and a decrease of 0.4% from the month before. Townhouses are at $706,100, an increase of 22.4% from last year and an increase of 2.1% from the month before. And condos are at $472,400. That's an increase of 18.4% from last year and an increase of 0.4% from the month before. And then Delta, we've got benchmark detached homes are at $1,191,600, and that's up 27.5% from last year and down 0.6% from the month before. Townhouses are at $673,200. That's up 16.1% from last year and up 1.2% from the month before. And condos in Delta are at $402,300, up 3.3% from last year, and actually down 1.1% from the month before. And then our last municipality we will be talking about is the city of Surrey, and that is all of Surrey, but not including White Rock because it's officially its own city. So all of Surrey, detached benchmark prices are at $1,431,300, and that is up 29.4% from last year and down a modest 0.3% from the month before. Townhouses are at $710,200, and that's up 21.1% from last year and up 1.1% from last month. Condos are at $446,800, and that's up 10.5% from last year and down a little 0.2% from the month before. And that is your Fraser Valley real estate statistics.
All right. Well, there was a lot to go through there for sure, but still lots of good news there. Everything's still pretty much either, on the rise or staying put.
Yep, exactly. So when you see the graph, and maybe I'll put it on the screen right now because actually I'm going to be putting this, I'm going to be uploading this on YouTube.
Well, you should have warned me. I mean, how do you even know I'm not wearing my pajamas?
Well, I know I've been wanting to get you on the video on the camera. I mean, on my computer, so that I can upload it on YouTube with you in it. But you know what? We're going to start videoing us when I get back into the studio. Yeah, I'm sure Rogers is going to allow that soon.
It will be soon, I think. Yes.
But for now. But the graph actually shows a very just a slight lower. It's still way seller's market. So typically we're in a balanced market in this area, but it is still a seller's market, still high, but it's just come down just a tad bit from last month. Not much. The last 3 months, it's just come down a little bit like a ladder. A ladder exactly is what it looks like on the graph, but prices are skyrocketed higher than ever. So talking about limited listings, I've got 2 new ones, and I've got a couple coming next week as well. So since it's the hot commodity right now is listings, I've got 2 that I'm going to share with you. So one is a new listing in Abbotsford, and it's actually almost a 10,000 square foot lot. It's at 2227, love those numbers, Center Street. And that's in Abbotsford West area. It's a rancher with a full walkout basement, and it's got a suite. It's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and it's built in 1975. It's in a location where they're really starting to build beautiful, big, beautiful, brand new homes. So I'm assuming a builder is going to just grab this up, somebody that wants to build a new home possibly. But this place is great to just enjoy and rent out, and for a while if you don't want to build right away. It's over 2,500 square feet, and the price is $1,275,000. So that location is amazing. It is by Cabela's. You can walk to Cabela's. You can walk to the pharmacy. You can walk to so many places there. Starbucks. It's close to the highway, but yet you don't hear it, and it's a cul-de-sac, a nice neighborhood. So that's a great one. And then another brand new one, actually, this one's in Aldergrove, and it's at 26551 29th Avenue. I used to live on 28th Avenue for a while there, and so this was actually pretty close to where I used to live, and I used to run the track. It was nice, that area. So this place is huge. It's actually almost 17,000 square feet. This lot is fully flat, fully usable, and 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom rancher. And the really great thing about this property, I mean, it is beautiful. Oh, it's maintained so well. It was built in 1971. So again, somebody may want to just tear down the house and rebuild a brand new one, but the bones and the layout of the house is workable. You could definitely work with it. But this has a great, gigantic shop on it, and that, along with the size of the lot and the location, is such a huge, desirable thing. The shop is 40 by 35, pretty much. The shop is with high ceilings, high bay doors. It is set up, this property, so well. So go drive by it. Really easy to show. Let me know if you want to see it. Price is important. You want to know that. Price is $1,398,000, which is really good for that size and that location and what it offers. So there's the 2 new listings that I have, and coming soon, actually, this week, Harrison Hot Springs off Rockwell Drive. Who doesn't love Rockwell Drive in Harrison Hot Springs? Because those properties, they're rare to come up, and they have views of the lake. This is almost a fourth of an acre. Sorry if I could spit that out. And it's got, of course, incredible views. They actually had Airbnb'd the main level because it's 3 levels. It's so cute. It's very French inspired. This house and the lands, the property. Oh, the outdoor barbecue kitchen. They have an outdoor kitchen area. It's so private. It's very private. The house is built so well. The construction is 3 by 6. Construction. It's got rock, cast iron. It's just one of a kind. It's got a full bathroom on every level. The price of that is going to be $1,220,000. So if you're wanting a lake view, this is perfect for somebody who wants like a secondary home that they can make some rental income off of and maybe retire later in, or somebody who just wants to retire, or somebody who just, you know what, they just want to live that beautiful life of being able to walk right to the lake. There's a little trail right there to walk to, and have beautiful views and privacy, and it's gated. It's really nice. Oh, quote of the week, and we got to go. So the quote of the week is, if you dream and you allow yourself to dream, you can do anything. And that's Clara Hughes.
Perfect. Love it. All right. Well, if people want more information about what you do as a realtor, where can they go?
MicheleCummins.ca.
And join us again next week when we will talk real estate in order to unlock your real estate potential on a show where real estate is maximized. Thanks for listening.